this week. Chris Villar, Michigan News Network.
102.7 WMOM 827. Good morning, West Michigan. Chris here with you. And also in the studio, Julie VanDyke. Julie, how you doing?
Great.
Thanks for coming in this morning. Dan was stuck, not in traffic, but you guys are busy at Cottage Works, and so he didn't get a chance to join us this morning. But we're going to be talking about you and Dan and your dancing routine and everything, as this is part 2 of our morning segment in regards to the local dancing with the stars. This is pretty awesome. It's going to be happening at the Lincoln Hills Golf Club April 29th at 6:30. And you were reached out to over a year ago, right?
It was last August that we were approached, and my answer right away was absolutely. Dan's answer was the opposite.
Really?
But we came together. We figured it out.
That's cool. Is Dan kind of the shy guy that doesn't want to do something like this, or is behind the scenes he's a different kind of guy? What is he like?
The behind the scenes, running our business, handling things, but he is a little more of an introvert. He's an engineer, and that's the way they are, and I'm the extrovert of the couple, but, together we make a great team.
Absolutely. We're talking with Julie VanDyke this morning, and by the way, you can hear this on your radio, also your smart devices, your Amazon Alexa, Google Home, streaming WMOM.FM, and as well, Facebook and YouTube. Right now we're live there. Let's talk about the event. Let's talk about that conversation, too, when you got the reach out. Who reached out to you in that, when that happened? And what was that conversation like, if you don't mind?
Well, it was Brandy Miller reached out to me. I work for the foundation for Mason County, and we work in the same office. So she just walked over to my office and said, "Hey, what do you think about being one of the Dancing with the Stars?" And I said, "Yes, absolutely." And she goes, "What do you think you get Dan on board?" And I go, "Let me work on that."
Absolutely. So, and I don't know if you heard the honk just a moment ago outside, but Brandy just drove by the radio stations and she was waving, and so Brandy is great, and it doesn't take much when Brandy gives you puts a question out there and says, "Hey, can you help out?" and for it's a good cause, it just makes sense, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I like everything that our chamber stands for. I love Ludington Area School District and all of the school districts in the county. Our kids actually attended MCC. But whatever we can do to help our students, help our kids is worthy.
And this is a huge fundraiser for Ludington Robotics. And by the way, it's not just at the high school level. We were talking with Andrea this morning, who works at the elementary, and they have a robotics program at the elementary level. And there's an opportunity for a $50,000 match from Pennies from Heaven Foundation. That's an incredible amount of funding for a program, right?
Oh, absolutely. Excuse me. So a lot of our funding seems to go to sports in our area, and sort of focus on that STEM, that science, technology, engineering, and mathematics is huge. And that's what we want to do for our kids. We want to start them out young, knowing about those options for career paths. And this is going to be a huge boost to that program.
Yeah. Now, you and Dan are going to be dancing, and this is a competition. So a couple of these questions I would love to know the answer to, but you're not going to tell me, are you?
Well, I have decided I'm going to give a little sneak peek.
Okay, this is good. All right.
So when we were asked last August, I had a brainstorm. That was the month that Olivia Newton-John had passed away.
Yeah.
And we're all a huge fan of Olivia.
Yeah.
And so right away I said, I want to do something to one of her songs. Okay. So that is the genre that we are going with. But that's as far as I can go. So now the guessing game can start.
All right. Sounds good. This is great. And so what has that routine or that experience like? You'd mentioned just a few minutes ago when we went, before we went into the break and started this segment, that you've been practicing at least a couple times a week. What is that like? And let me also add to that, were you dancers prior to this, or was it like, yeah, if we go, we go? What was that like?
I sometimes think I can dance, and that might be on a Friday night out after a few cocktails.
Yeah,
Dan knows he can't dance, and he'll admit it. But, we brought it together, and practice really helps. We started practicing March 14th, so we have not been practicing long. It's been about a month, but twice a week, and then watching videos and making sure that we try to tweak things. We'll get better in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, and as mentioned, this is a competition between the other 4 teams that are part of this. Dean and Andrea Raven, who were on the air this morning earlier. Dan and Julie, obviously VanDyke, the two of you. Perry and Wendy Marilot, Jamie Adam and Tom Buchanan, and Chris and Jenna Simpler. And I ask you the same question that I asked Dean and Andrea. Do you want to know kind of what the other couples are dancing to, or are you kind of in your own zone? What is that like?
You know, I'm super curious. I want to know, but everyone's so secretive, and I'm a little nervous about Dean and Andrea. They've been practicing since August. I mean, they're way beyond what we've done. So I have a feeling there's going to be pretty high tech.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to everybody dancing and fundraising for this cause. Again, it's Lincoln Hills Golf Club, April 29th, 6:30 p.m. Tickets are on sale. We've got a link up at the WMOM Facebook page and as well our YouTube channel. You can click on that. But they can also purchase tickets right there. You said LASD.net. And then there's just the Oriole Foundation link, right?
Yes. Go to the Oriole Foundation page on the Ludington Area School District.net.
Okay. Do that.
Website.
Yeah. The ticket's $75. It covers hors d'oeuvres, the entertainment, and a great cause. We talked earlier about Pennies from Heaven Foundation committed to a $50,000 match. So if we hit 100% of this fundraising effort, that means $100,000, right?
Yeah, absolutely. A huge chunk for that robotics program. They'll be able to go on to many different competitions and take that whole program to new heights.
Mm-hmm. And it takes, sometimes it takes an army. We need the listeners and viewers out there to help out, and they can purchase those $75 tickets, be there. But also, this is the kind of cool thing. The dancers and their partners will be competing against each other for one of the 3 top trophies, right? The judges have. The most entertaining and People's Choice. But the People's Choice Award goes to the couple who receives the most public votes.
Yes.
And so if you can't be there in person, they can vote for you right there online, right?
Yes. So we've been encouraging, I've been throwing out on social media our QR code for our couple. And, then when you hit that QR code or go to LASD.net, the Oriole Foundation page, you can click which dance couple you want to vote for and then how much money you want to spend to vote for that
cool.
couple.
Awesome.
So hopefully we're getting some votes behind the scenes. Okay. And I really think we're going to get the most entertaining. That's the one that I'm going for.
All right, sounds good.
So it's going to be a trip.
Good challenge as well. I wouldn't do our viewers and listeners justice if I didn't ask you this question. Has there been any routine hiccups? Has there been any moments you're like, oh, I can't do this, or no, we got this? What has that been like?
Well, I will say Dan is due for a knee surgery.
Okay.
And he's been struggling with that. We've known this was coming for a while, but I've seen Dr. Marilot, one of the other dancers, for a cortisone shot in my knee. You know, we're getting older and the knees are giving out, but we're going to push through and, sometimes no pain, no gain.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. No, I think, and you're doing it for a great cause, so we'll cross our fingers. Plus, as Dean and Andrea mentioned, it's about a 3 or 4 minute routine, right? Although you picked Olivia Newton-John, right? And so that might be a little bit longer song, right?
It is. I think we're 5.5 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
We're pretty sweaty by the end of it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, we're looking forward to it. Anything we missed talking about in regards to this? And I want to ask you another question that's independent of it, too. But anything that you want to add to this at all this morning?
No, Dan and I are honored to have been chosen to be one of the Dancing with the Stars couples. And we're just going to do whatever it takes to raise money for those OBOTs.
That's cool. And let's come together and help out. Again, LASD.net. Click on the Oriole Foundation tab there and find out more information about the local dancing stars. Let's before we wrap up, you got Cottage Works east of town. everybody might know the rumor that there is going to be Cottage Works 2.0, right?
Yes, we're calling it More Cottage Works.
There you go.
And it'll be at 225 West Ludington Avenue. It's on the corner of Rath and Ludington Avenue, underneath the Ludington Apartments.
Very cool. And that hasn't been developed out. It's just sat there for a while. And I think a lot of people were wondering what was going to happen there. And this was a long time in the works, I would assume, right?
It was. It's probably taken us about 6 months working with the developers of that building to have it built out. It was not white boxed and ready for a tenant. So we had to add water, so plumbing, electrical, HVAC, flooring, ceiling, a commercial door, like so much effort. But we will hope to be open early May.
All right. Hey, wow, that's right around the corner. You've been doing some hard work
We've
there.
been working.
All right. And then as part of that business, too, we can get some nutritious refreshments, too.
Yes, so I'm opening up another business in that same space, and it's going to be called Wave Nutrition. Okay. We'll offer protein shakes, protein coffees or loaded coffees, pre and post workout drinks, energizing teas. It's another healthy alternative to a lunch, or it can be a meal replacement. So just something that we really need downtown for not only our locals who are working out at North Star Fitness or Lotus, but going on a jog, stop at our place, grab a protein shake on your way home, and our tourists are going to love it too.
That's going to be great. All right, so early May?
Yes. More Cottage Works will open early May. I think Wave Nutrition will come a couple weeks later. We've got to do this in pieces for my sanity.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to it and keeping track of it, and we appreciate you sharing that with us this morning. Julie VanDyke, Julie and Dan are going to be dancing with local stars there April 29th, Lincoln Hills Golf Club. Be there. Let's pack the house. $75 gets you a ticket for the hors d'oeuvres, the dancing, and entertainment. There's a cash bar available too. And if you can't make it, again, check out lasd.net. Click on the Oriole Foundation and purchase those dollar votes for these couples that are taking part in it. Julie, we appreciate you coming in this morning.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. 8:38 now on 102.7. It is Mom FM.